is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 7th of November, 2019. It's the birthday of Joni Mitchell, Albert Camus, and it's the birthday of the scientist from Poland who changed our understanding of physics, Marie Curie, born into a family of teachers in Warsaw in 1867. Both her parents were Polish patriots at a time when Poland was under Russian rule, so her father was fired from his teaching positions. Family had to take in boarders. When Marie was 8, her older sister caught typhus and died. 3 years later, the mother died of tuberculosis. Marie wanted more education, but women were banned from the university, so they went to an illegal night school called the Floating University. Marie worked for 3 years as a governess and a sugar beet farm while she paid for her sister Bronya to study medicine in Paris. And then she went off to study at the Sorbonne, graduated at the top of her class in physics and math. She was looking for space in a laboratory and got in touch with a researcher named Pierre Curie, and they were married 1895. She was intrigued by the recent discovery of X-rays, and she was interested in uranium rays, made that the focus of her research. Her research revealed that atoms, which had been believed to be indivisible, could radiate even smaller particles, electrifying the air around them. And Marie Curie coined the term radioactivity to describe the property of emitting rays. She was the most celebrated woman scientist of the 20th century and died young of pernicious anemia, probably due to high levels of radioactive exposure. More than 100 years after her lab work, her journals are still too radioactive to handle, and they're kept in a lead vault. Albert Camus, born in Mondovi, Algeria, 1913, hard childhood, father died in World War I, mother worked as a cleaning woman to support the family. At 15, the boy contracted tuberculosis. He went off to France, got involved in revolutionary politics, wrote his first novel, The Stranger, in 1942, and The Plague 5 years later. And Joni Mitchell, who wrote Both Sides Now, Chelsea Morning, Woodstock, Circle Game, born Roberta Joan Anderson in Fort Macleod, Alberta, Canada, 1943. Got polio as a kid, and in the hospital, when she couldn't go home for Christmas, she just sang Christmas carols to herself and taught herself to play the guitar using a Pete Seeger instruction book. Spent a year in college, decided to be an artist, headed to Toronto to make it as a singer. It's the birthday of Leon Trotsky, the Russian revolutionary, born in Ukraine, 1879, one of the leaders of the civil war that overthrew the Russian Tsar and established the communist state. Later wrote many books about Russian history and Marxism, the book Literature and Revolution in 1924. It was Trotsky who said, "Learning carries within itself certain dangers because out of necessity one has to learn from one's enemies." Here's a poem by Ted Kooser entitled Carrie. There's never an end to dust and dusting, my aunt would say, as her rag like a thunderhead scudded across the yellow oak of her little house. There she lived 70 years, with a ball of compulsion closed in her fist and an elbow that creaked and popped like a branch in a storm. Now dust is her hands and dust her heart. There's never an end to it. A poem titled Carrie by Ted Kooser from his collection Flying at Night, published by University of Pittsburgh Press and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.